Hi, wonderful team and friends of Union Rescue Mission. Just want to give you a recent update. Though things have been challenging here, God is good and God is with us throughout this pandemic. This ferocious, mysterious, unseen monster, COVID-19, has moved in like a storm, and we've been doing all that we can. Just wrote a national article about homelessness, the causes of homelessness, what it's like to be without a home, what it does to you to be without a home, the isolation, the stress, the depression. Many of us are feeling that very same thing, and perhaps we have a better understanding of people devastated by homelessness. One of the biggest things I shared was that this idea of home, a safe place, many people who are homeless never quite had that, and if they did, 93%, according to a study I carried out many years ago, 93% lost all touch with home and family. Either the family disintegrated when they were young, or it was that they had burned every bridge between them and their family. So one of the ideas we have at Union Rescue Mission is recreating that family, that community, and just through the years, we've tried to do that. You see the sign behind me. We never turn away a woman who comes to our door. We never turn away a family. We had some folks make some comments that Union Rescue Mission was crammed with people, and that's why we are experiencing what we are experiencing. But they were talking in terms of the new standards. 1,000 people were filled at Union Rescue Mission, but we are a 225,000 square foot facility, so 1,000 was not beyond our capacity, and we in no way crammed people. But you can't really judge us by the new standards, of which we are no longer going to be able to serve 1,000 under this roof, under the new standards. We've worked immediately to decompress, and I'll just tell you the story. When we had our first case, our teammate Gerald, and we received the news on March 30th that he was COVID positive, we immediately sent out 27 of his floor mates who were frail and elderly and struggling and vulnerable, and we sent them out, and we decompressed with the help of the Department of Public Health and Department of Public Health Services. We decompressed the numbers quickly on the third floor. We began at that time, documented on the Dr. Drew Show for several weeks. Also in an email, we began to ask the county to decompress our number. We pleaded for that, and our idea was 60 of our most frail and vulnerable from our first and second floor men, 60 more from our first and second floor women, but we asked for decompression. Well, when a couple more cases showed up among our guests on our second floor, we cried out once again, and quickly doctors and nurses moved in, thankfully, from the Department of Public Health and Department of Public Health Services, and we decompressed. So though we were full, we quickly cried out, and we have decompressed now from 1,000 individuals devastated by homelessness to under 400 people on site, another 30 off site, and of course 225 out at Union Rescue Mission unaffected so far by the coronavirus. We do have at this point 97 positive cases at Union Rescue Mission, and again, that's one beloved teammate, Gerald, who passed away April 7th after we found out he was COVID positive on March 30th. We also had a chaplain test positive, no symptoms. We also had another frontline worker test positive, no symptoms. In fact, we have only had, including Gerald, I say only humbly because any amount is too many, but only 24 folks have symptoms out of the 97. That means we have 73 who have not had any symptoms of any kind. I misspoke the other day through misinformation. I had said that no other person was critical or serious. That's because that's what I was informed. But I learned Saturday that we had a gentleman who we sent out of harm's way, who was vulnerable and older and frail. We sent him out on April 10th, and on April 16th, unfortunately, he was positive for COVID, and he was hospitalized, and as of Saturday, he passed away. And we give our sympathy and care to condolences to his family. We're so sorry that we lost this precious gentleman who at one time was among our guests, and we still consider one of our own. So we have 3 positive teammates, no symptoms, except for Gerald, who passed away. We have a Department of Health Services clinician who was on site in our clinic, so we call them a partner, who tested positive. And we had 93 of our residents. And again, the best news is that only 24 total have been symptomatic. We continue to be faithful. It's the same love that God has given us. The reason why we never turned away a woman or a family or a child, that same love of God, that same power of God is going to get us through these hard times. Even as we've gone through this COVID-19 storm, this ferocious, mysterious, unseen monster, even as it is attacked, we've learned a lot. We've stood strong as a team. We've taken great care in sending all of our elderly teammates home, all of our vulnerable teammates home, all of those who assist a vulnerable person at their home. We have begun something hospitals in our area haven't even begun: universal testing of our entire team weekly, universal testing of all of our guests weekly. We even check in for a temperature check at our Post 11 front office, security office. We check in every day. I've learned that even area hospitals aren't checking their hospital staff for temps every day. Even the area hospitals aren't providing tests every week to their team. And the teams want them. We are privileged to have weekly testing, weekly universal testing. One of the reasons our numbers are so high is that we're universal testing. No other mission is universal testing at all, let alone weekly, not testing their staff, not testing their guests. I went out on the streets and tested last Monday. I still haven't received my results back, so there's delayed results out on the streets of Skid Row. Another reason why our results are so high and others are not. But we don't offer any excuse. We don't need to offer any excuse for being the place in town that welcomed everyone, the place that welcomed the most. We've been crying out for a FEMA-like response to homelessness since 2015, and we're on record with that. We're on record as wanting to decompress and do everything we can to keep our guests out of harm's way. We'll continue to do that. We'll continue to step up in faith. It's our faith that drives us. It's our faith that will keep us whole. I'm going to go out again on the streets today and get tested once again. Our team will be tested on Thursday. But we couldn't do this without your support. Even as this storm has attacked, our supporters have stepped up like never before. That's why we know God is present. God is with us. He's going to carry us through because of you. Your gifts and your support are going to help us get through this. You volunteering and joining our team on the front lines courageously because of your faith is going to get us through this. We can't thank you enough. God bless you.